Voiceover. Facebook. Machine Gun Preacher. Sam. Double tap to open the voiceover off.
And if their parents would be alive, they're displaced. So, I mean.
Right. And it says we are live. Let me verify that real quick.
You've been saying that quite a few times.
The day before Thanksgiving. And we are live, folks. Hey, you got some sharp people on the screen. Lady Love DJ, who you love and know very much, on the Welcome Partner page. But we also have a very accomplished videographer, documentary maker, and more, Kevin Evans from Australia. And we've got Sam Childers, who you've been hearing about, Machine Gun Preacher. Gerard Butler made a movie about him. And, of course, you see Sam at the end as well. And Sam's got a new documentary out. But, hey, we're one big happy family right here. How's it going, folks?
Why not? Everybody, I know I'm doing good. You know, we've been getting ready since yesterday for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So our church, our ministry, we gave out 350 turkey dinners. Now,
wow.
They're actually out in the bike shop right now. I think there's about 50 left. So they're still giving out turkey dinners, but I'm not talking just a turkey. I mean, the church got together, the ministry got together. You're talking rolls, stuffing, potatoes, cranberry sauce, turkeys, the whole works, man, everything. So it's been an exciting couple days now.
Well, it sounds so good that you might actually get Kevin to start celebrating Thanksgiving in Australia. I know they don't currently.
Kevin can eat a turkey. What do you call them over there, Kevin? Them big birds you got? Emus.
Emus.
No, if they're caffeinated, they're called embrews. So, you know, I guess
that's good. Yeah. That's good.
Wonderful. Well, you know what, Sam? You know, I've got to interview you before, and DJ saw that. DJ actually requested that because we want to let everybody in Amarillo know that you're going to be there. We're going to hit there Monday night, December 8th. But, of course,
awesome.
Tuesday night, December 9th, you're going to be there at Yes Lord Church in Amarillo at 6 p.m. But we're actually going to go through that itinerary shortly, but I've been so excited. I've kind of been hogging the mic. DJ, what would you have to say to these gentlemen right now?
Well, we have the same boss. I can start with that. Okay.
Come on.
Yeah. God owns Welcome Partner. His Son is our CEO, and the Holy Spirit is our CFO and our HR director. So that's how it kind of goes down. But I'm really fascinated because of the fact that yesterday was our community annual community prayer breakfast that we have in Amarillo, and it's always packed. And yesterday's program was about a lady who wanted to do more with her nonprofit. She's from Lubbock, I think, and she just wanted to do a little bit more. And so she ended up with a nonprofit. She joined up, and now they're helping people in Ethiopia. And
awesome.
Women that have been trafficked and all of that kind of thing. But I was sitting next to one of my clients, and one of my clients is No Boundaries International. They work on the same thing. And so we're anxious for you to come and bring your input on what you're doing too. And because Amarillo is wanting to help. So
praise God. That's awesome. That's awesome. There's a lot of serious things going on in East Africa right now. Unless you have the opportunity of watching international news, most people don't even know how serious everything is. Like South Darfur, South Sudan, and Sudan used to kind of all be the same region at one time. And they're on their third genocide in 25 years. I mean, they're saying it is worse than it's ever been in those regions right now. And I don't know if anyone out there that's listening, I'm sure Kevin has heard, they found mass graves from satellites. And in these mass graves, it started out, they said there was a few hundred people buried in them. Now they're talking a few thousand, you know.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's just unbelievable what's happening in that region once again. And we don't hear about it. Now, our ministry is all about children. I mean, we don't want to get in the middle of a conflict. We don't want to get in the middle of a war, but we are not going to leave children behind. We rescue children.
Mhm. Both of these ministries, they work with adults and the children. And one of the comments that Julie made yesterday, she said that the place is so poor that what they do, the parents will take the kids temporarily to an orphanage, but it ends up being permanent.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that they're
yeah.
working on the kids and getting them fed because they're starving and all of that. So
Well,
you know all this better than I do.
most orphanages, the children that are in them are not orphaned in Africa. Now, ours is a little bit different. We do a thorough research. We even go into the area where they're from. We have basically the mayor of the village. They have to sign stating that the children are orphaned. But South Sudan right now, they're saying that there's nearly 2 million orphans in South Sudan. If their parents would be alive, they're displaced. So, I mean, just South Sudan, you're talking 2 million orphans, which is unbelievable.
Hmm.
That's amazing. You know, Sam, you made a point that you know, the average ministry only lasts a few years in Africa, and
Yeah.
people are fighting the wars only a couple of years if you're lucky because of illness. But you've been doing this for 26 years.
No, no, this year is 29 years.
29 years. You've not
29
only
years, 30
ministered, yeah.
some years, not boots on the ground. You got to remember when it was first prophesied over me, I didn't want to go to Africa. So I was putting money into Africa, thinking I could buy my way out of this thing, you know. So I've been 29 years boots on the ground this fall. But I've been supporting Africa about 32, 33 years
Wow.
now.
Wow.
But
Thank you.
I live full time in Africa. The ministry has really grew. I don't know if any of you have been watching Facebook. We've been giving away our main crop every year from our farm. It started out 200 acres. Now it's over 1,200 acres.
Wow.
But my wife is there working on the harvest now, and it's the best harvest we ever had, she said. So last year, after filling our own storehouses, we gave away over 80 ton of processed rice, over 25 ton of processed maize flour. And she said it's going to be way better this year, you know.
Wow.
You know, Kevin, you know, you're so kind to join us 2 o'clock in the morning from Australia. And I definitely want to ask you, I mean, how did you connect with Sam? And obviously it compelled your heart to do this incredible work that you've done with your documentaries with Sam. Where did you guys connect?
Well, it was over 20 years ago that I was actually working with some Australian media doing stories on Australians in the bush, over there working as psychologists and medical teams, and it was actually a couple of days before I went to northern Uganda. I was on a plane. I was actually coming back from another job that I was working on in Vietnam, and we saw a documentary on Sam, which was on television, which was on Dateline NBC, and which was all about northern Uganda, and it focused on Joseph Kony, who was the warlord, the rebel that was kidnapping children, and the story ended up being having Sam rescuing children from northern Uganda from Joseph Kony's rebels, and we just I said, okay, we're going to northern Uganda next week. Let's see if we can hook up. And sure enough, we got over there, and we rang the office in the US, and that's how the story sort of happened. We rang them and just said, hey, we're in Africa, and they said, oh, Sam's in Africa at the moment. This was Sam's wife. And she said, whereabouts in Africa are you? And we said, we're in Uganda. And she said, oh, Sam's in Uganda at the moment. She said, whereabouts are you in Uganda? And we said, Gulu in northern Uganda. And the phone went really quiet for a while. And she said, well, he's in Gulu, northern Uganda at the moment. So
Wow.
gave us the phone number. Long story short, he was about 2 kilometres down the road from where we were,
Yep.
and we
Wow.
hooked up, and we've been good buddies ever since. He invited us to travel to South Sudan, where the main orphanage was, and we travelled to South Sudan, and at that time that was the second most dangerous road in the world to travel on. The most dangerous road was from Baghdad to Baghdad airport, from Baghdad itself.
Yeah.
So we made the trek
Wow.
with the Ugandan military and then Sam's freedom fighters, and we made the trek in there, and we've been buddies ever since, and we've been supporting the ministry. That's 20 years.
What's the most? Yeah, DJ, go ahead, dear.
No, I was just thinking the thing that comes up so often is the fact that there are no coincidences with God. You can see
There you
that.
go.
Yeah.
Come on.
There you go. You know, what was most compelling thing that you saw, Kevin, when you saw this operation with Sam Childers?
Well, the actual work that he does, you don't get many people. I don't know of anyone like Sam at that particular stage that's out there with a Bible in one hand and an AK-47 in the other hand, and going out and rescuing children. It's pretty serious stuff. Back in those days, extremely serious, very, very dangerous, rescuing children. But today, I mean, things are different today to what they were then. But it's quite unique, and all the kids back in those days, as they are today. Sam was really struggling back in those days. He had what I call holy jeans with all rips in. But they weren't jeans. They weren't designer jeans. They were jeans because he didn't have 2 cents, as we say in Australia, to rub together. He was broke. He had an old 4-wheel drive that was broken down with 4 spare tires on the roof that barely had any tread on. So he was struggling like anything. And he challenged me, just looking at the guy to see what he was doing, the work that he was accomplishing, rescuing children, and really, really just doing it tough, really doing it tough. So a few of us got together. We put a few bucks together, sewed into the ministry, and then that was the beginning of the story.
Wow. You know, Sam, when you do a ministry and you're in the heat of battle, literally in your case, you know, I'm sure at times you're reminded of how miraculous and amazing this mission God's given you and the fruit that it continues to bear. And the people who just hear your story, we're going to go through your itinerary in just a little bit, but you know, it truly is amazing, man. I mean, what do you think? How much longer are you going to be able to do this, buddy?
Well, I hope I got a few years left, but what I stay focused on is not what I have done.
Right.
I stay focused on what still needs to be done. And there's so many children. Like right now, if you look in East Africa alone, over the next 6 to 8 months, they say there's over 42 million people on the verge of starvation.
Oh,
I had a guy from America here a few weeks ago. I was still in Africa, and he contacted me on Messenger, and he heard me talking about the work that we're doing, and we're raising funds. And he said, "Well, Sam, we got problems in America." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on?" And he said, "Well, we lost our SNAP benefits." So I feel bad because there is a lot of people that depends on those SNAP benefits. But if you Google, nobody died of starvation in America.
right.
And if you look who has died of starvation in the past year in America, it's usually an elderly person that wasn't supported the way they should have been supported. But nobody's dying of starvation. We have 42 million people in East Africa alone on the verge of starvation. Wow. And a lot of it is because war. Now, we don't want to talk about that war, mainly because we don't benefit out of that war. But I believe the other thing is it all goes back to one name, and I'm wondering if we're afraid to mention it, and it's ISIS.
Right.
You know, ISIS, Islamic State, and ADF of Congo, those rebel groups are the one that's causing the starvation and people murdered and sex trafficking. All of that is coming from that name. And I'm not afraid to mention it. You know, a lot of people say, Sam, aren't you afraid they'll come after you? I hope they do. You know, I'm pretty easy to find.
Well, you are, and you know, you're bold to speak the truth. We have to be. You know, I in 2012 when Obama armed ISIS,
Come on.
who he created.
Yeah, come
Yeah, I
on
went on
now.
19 satellites live and drew my line in the sand
Yeah.
as
Well, I
our
think he
boys
trained
died
with
for
them.
7 hours in Benghazi.
I hear he trained with him when he was a child, but all I know is
Wow.
I'm not here to choose sides.
Yeah,
I'm here to rescue children. And
right.
you ask me how long am I going to be able to do it? I'm 63 years old. So they say I'm the oldest American to still suit up and go in the battlefield. We
Yep.
have recently raised enough money, the end of January, or yeah, the end of January, 1st of February. I'll be back in the Congo rescuing children again.
It's amazing. And you know what? Your message reaches everybody. As time goes on, some of the same issues, the same
Yeah,
players
yeah,
are have been brought all over the world, and we're seeing the results of that. But you
yeah,
know what? You are on God's side, but you're not afraid to call things as they are. You
yeah,
know, and I was dodging angry Muslims in America 15 years
yeah.
ago, doing stories because the Muslim Brotherhood was in charge, and
Mm,
they were coming over here and with foreign money, buying houses, getting a
come
501c3,
on.
and then starting a mosque. And
Yeah.
so that was 15 years ago.
And
So, you
now
know,
look at
it's not a new problem, but you know what? You're not only speaking out, but you're meeting the problem head on. Kevin, did you
yeah.
see battle on the ground? I mean, how close were you to some of that action, or were you able to be a distance from that?
I'm not in the battle. I'm back off from the battle.
Yeah, well, no,
Well,
I know
Kevin,
if you're close to the front line or not.
I remember Kevin putting
Yeah.
the cannon down and putting a Uzi in his hand one time.
Wow.
Yeah, we had to do that. We got into some roadblocks, and you had not
Yeah,
Dinka, but Marty warriors on one side, and other different people on the other side. It's in the first documentary. Yeah,
yeah,
that particular time I had to have an Uzi in my hand. Didn't have to fire it, but we come pretty close to it. I can tell you that now.
yeah,
Well, you know what, Sam? I'm enjoying this upcoming time with you. Let's talk about this real quick. Is you know you're starting in Arkansas at
yeah.
a neutral location because your appeals to everybody, not
Yeah,
just church people,
absolutely.
but you know the unchurched, the dechurched, the church, whatever. Just people who love each other, who love Jesus, and who have a heart to see everyone come to the knowledge of Him. But December 5th, Arkansas, Little Italy in Mena, Arkansas, man. You know, Mena is the home of
Mm.
Christian Motorcyclists Association Global. So, you know, you've got a motorcycle shop that we can talk about a little bit, but that's going to be December 5th in Arkansas. December 6th, Midland, Texas,
Come
Calendars,
on.
Gallery, and Framing. That's going to be 7 p.m. And I know Kevin, you've been so kind to we've been working together on this. You've been waiting on this information too. But that Bob Callender is a minister. He's also a world-renowned oil field artist whose stuff is in over 900 galleries. He's doing
Wow.
Jesus people gatherings. You know, starting in 2026 next year. But he's so excited to have Sam Childers there. That's Saturday, December 6th. 7 p.m. Then Kingdom's Gate, Melissa Hooper and Kyle Hooper and my friend Cher Butler, I believe, is going to be meeting you too. Amazing a woman and a minister as well. But Kingdom's Gate, that's going to be Sunday morning, December 7th at 10
Praise
a.m.
God.
So we're trying to get you in many places possible. December 9th, you're going to be at Yes Lord Church in Amarillo, December 9th.
Wow.
You're supposed to go on a morning show, I believe. We'll find out about that and meet the mayor. You'll also be interviewed by another mover and shaker in America. Dan
Mm.
Rogers at patriotsin.action.com. And then, of course, December 10th, Oklahoma City, Covenant Fellowship Church, 7 p.m. That's in Oklahoma City. So if you look at the live stream, you see these dates as well. And, you wanted to meet some people in Texas, brother. You're going to meet some people in Texas.
Come on, it's going
Uh,
to be busy.
they love you. We also didn't count that you're going to be on set with me at GLC in Midland, Odessa area, on set at GLC. That's going to be on Monday the 8th, and just very, very exciting for you to meet my people, my audience, and
Awesome.
and DJ's audience too. The Panhandle, the richest, most patriotic part of the country is the Permian Basin. A lot of people don't
Wow.
realize that. And they also seem to be the most bold in their stance. Landman, the series is produced about
Yeah,
West
yeah,
Texas,
yeah.
but West Texas is excited to have, and the Panhandle to have Sam Childers and DJ, whatever else we can come up with. We want the wonderful people associated with Welcome Partner to take advantage of this to meet Sam as well.
That's
Absolutely.
going to be awesome. I think one of the big things that I really want to tell people about is the new documentary
Yeah.
that the second one that was done by Kevin Evans.
Uh-huh.
A lot of us like action movies. We like action movies. That's why we like Gerard Butler, the old guy we all love. It's still to this day Clint Eastwood.
Oh yeah.
But there's just something about when you watch a documentary that is really an action film.
Mhm.
So for anyone out there listening, the new documentary Never Stop, it's an action film and it's all real. I mean, there's nothing made up, nothing made on there to make you believe. It's all real.
Yeah, I tell you what, you and I've had some conversations too. I'm thinking about how to get over there and to see that as well. And Sam, when I saw that movie Machine Gun Preacher,
Mm.
I was so inspired. I thought, my gosh, and I've always been bold on my faith, and I was a counterterrorism media guy, correspondent, reporter, but I wasn't on the front lines like you are.
Yeah.
And you know what, or even to capture that, Kevin, media producer, but Kevin, man, you went where the action is, head on, and hats off to you. So when you look at this, you'll be able to see Kevin's work, and of course the incredible ministry of Sam
Mm.
Childers. Sam, being a motorcycle guy, tell us about your motorcycle shop that you've got.
We're just a small little mom and pop shop, in the middle of nowhere. We're actually a mile down the road from Flight 93, where the plane went down in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. So we're just a small little shop, does oil changes and works a little bit of work on bikes, but we sell bikes, but we have a U-Haul franchise. We're a notary. We sell tags and titles. We do all of that work, So just a little shop. Everything we make out of the shop all goes to the work in Africa. I am a businessman. A lot of people don't end up knowing that unless you follow us on Facebook. I run and operate one of the top 10 armed security companies in East Africa. That's what I do
Wow.
for a living.
Wow.
But all the money that we make all goes back to the work in Africa. We feed over 10,000 meals a day. So you can just imagine the budget on it. We have 5 different children homes, orphanages, and children projects. We drill wells constantly. Now, last year we drilled over 15 wells. We only drilled 7 right now. My wife is punching in 2 boreholes now. So we'll have 9 wells done this year. I hope to do two more before the first of the year. So if I do 2 more, it's 11 wells this year.
Wow.
Those are water wells?
Yes,
Okay.
in East Africa alone, there's about 1,200 people die per day of bad water from parasites,
1,200.
bacteria, and those are usually young children and elderly. So our goal is to try to drill a water well every month. And so I got to really push it to hit that goal this year now.
Wow. Wow. When people support your ministry, they can be sure that this is what they're supporting. They're supporting sustaining life,
Absolutely. And when
protecting
you
life.
get involved with our ministry, you can also put boots on the ground. Now, I don't do the teams anymore. There's other people younger than me that the organization is actually fixed. If something happens to me, it continues going on. But they're doing about 4 mission trips per year. A matter of fact, Kevin, I just heard today, or not today, yesterday, we have an Australian on the next mission team.
Hey.
Good, good.
Yeah, yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Well, guys, I'm so excited. Robert Burton, Pastor Robert Burton of Yes Lord in Amarillo, and that's the majority of people watching it on this Facebook. Um, you know, uh, are watching from Amarillo on this page. Now you're also watching my page too, and others. But with Welcome Partner, and Robert is also the executive director of Faith City Mission. Incredible mission to the homeless, helping people being delivered from drug addiction and such. But his church, Yes Lord, reaches people. He was the first one I thought of. Such a perfect crowd. Because I don't know about you, Sam, but when you come to the Lord, you don't quit dancing. You just change partners.
Come
You
on,
know,
and
and yeah,
I think sometimes when we give our life to the Lord, if we're mentored the wrong way, we think we got to change everything in our life.
right.
For anyone out there listening that's just starting this walk, you got to remember this. God wants to use your past for his future.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't realize that. I mean, the only thing God wants to do, he don't want to change who you are. He wants to pull that heart out. And he wants to put you a new heart inside. But you'll still be the same person, just with a new heart. So at the end of the day, what you used to work for is all changed. Our mission now, anywhere I'm at, is changing lives.
Well, you know what, Kevin, you use your ministry, your media company to change lives as well. How would you encourage people that they say, you know what, I want to make a difference with my media. I want to capture the essence of something that matters. How would you encourage the media producers who watch? There's plenty of them watching.
Just do it. And that's the biggest thing is getting up and doing it. People talk about doing stories, talk about doing things, and
Come on.
you got to get out there and just do it. If you don't do it, it's never going to happen. You got to get off the old backside and get up and do it. You sure you got to pray, you got to be on your knees thanking the Lord for everything. But if you don't get up and start doing it, nothing's going to happen. That's the most important thing. Do it.
Yeah.
Good advice. Good
I
advice.
think Kevin hit
Don't
it.
be a spectator, be a participant.
Come
There you
on,
go.
come on.
Absolutely.
I think Kevin said it right on the head. There's so many people saying, I'm waiting to hear from God. Well, if he didn't say stop, why are you sitting there waiting? So just go. But
Very true. Very
I
true.
speak a lot on hearing from God. And I truly believe, and I tell this to Christians all the time, I believe you're better off if you don't hear from God. Because see, in the book of Jeremiah, it says God has plans for us. It doesn't say God has plans that he would like to join in with your plans. When you start hearing from God, you're off your plans. You're off your schedule. So sometimes you're just better off going to a church, serving your pastor, and just stepping out and doing the work. Because when you start hearing from God, it's not your plan anymore, it's his.
Wow. Well, talk about stepping out. That's Sam Childers. That's Kevin Evans. That's you, folks. When you come meet Sam, and I could listen to Kevin talk all day as well. But I'm so grateful for you guys. And DJ, thank you for letting us host this and helping us get the word out for these series of meetings. It's a time to come together. It's a time to maximize your life. It's a time to seize the day. You never know. Some people didn't wake up this morning, but you did, folks, if you're watching this. And so I know that Sam and Kevin and DJ and myself, we are maximizing our lives for such a time as this. So be encouraged to take a look at the itinerary. Come meet us. I'm going to be going along. I'm taking a 5 days off of my business to come see that the people get to connect with my friend Sam and to get to see his great work done, produced by Kevin Evans. And you know what? Just be in prayer for this incredible ministry and for these series of meetings. It's time to ignite. It's time to come together. Darkness is united, and
Come on, man.
they may devour each other, but they're coordinated. And it's time that we step out and do the things that we know to do, because we are responsible for what we know and for who
Yep.
we
Come
know.
on.
And our
Yep.
job is to know him and to make him known. So look forward to seeing you all, and God bless you. We'll see you next time.
Praise God. Everybody out there, remember, never stop. You can Google it. God
Never
bless you.
stop. And go to machinegunpreacher.com as well. Go to YouTube as well and see the great media work of Kevin Evans. Thank you so much again, all of you, for joining us. And Kevin, so early in the morning from Australia, down under. We'll see you later, mate. G'day, mate.
God bless. Bless you.
God bless you.
Thanks.